Hey, 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 I am Anya. Hey, 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 I am Ari. Hey, 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 I am Mommy. Welcome to the third season of Cozy Womb Podcast, where we can all learn and grow into better parents, one explained experience at a time. Let's go!
Here we go.
Back to the show.
Back to the show.
Hey there, welcome back to Cozy Womb Podcast. This is episode 4, Kids Who Are Mostly Angry. Last time I spoke, I did episode 3, Delirious Moms, because we do exist. And if you know of a delirious mom out there, just help her out. But this episode, we will focus on kids who are angry, how to help kids who are usually angry, how to help kids that deal with anger learn how to channel that anger into something positive so they can grow into self-efficient adults that don't linger on to issues that were never addressed as children. Let's get into it. We just live in a world where kids see too much and hear too much and walk around with built up feelings and aggression. And unless you really hone in and you really teach your child what to do with all of their feelings and how to balance out their feelings of sadness, happiness, being angry, being upset, how to deal with kids their age, how to deal with kids younger than them, how to deal with kids older than them, how to deal with adults disrespecting them or treating them bad, or how to deal with online bullying. All kids need a safe space to vent and talk through their issues. And if kids don't have that, they're going to explode on the avenues that they have. It could be games virtually. I think that's why we have a lot of kids who want to play violent games to try to get out the aggression in their mind, but physically they're not putting in any work. I think kids being involved in sports is very important. I think kids having the proper exercise. This is why I'm very for children having recess, because a lot of kids need to get out aggression that they're having. If you think about it, if you have your child going to school at 7 a.m. in the morning and they're sitting in class, they get up to go to lunch, they might get up to go to the bathroom, maybe they get a recess, and that's for only 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and then they're back into a seat in the classroom, and then they have to leave the classroom to go on their bus or possibly walk home or ride a bike home, and then they sit down. Where are they really exercising that energy? Where are they really getting rid of that aggression and their feelings that they're having throughout the day, being around so many other kids and personalities? You have to give children who may not have the proper tools, haven't had the discussion with their parents or whoever's raising them on what to do with the anger that they feel. There are plenty of ways that you can help a child get rid of some of their anger. Aggressive kids, I think you're going to find aggressive children, probably 3 out of 10 kids are probably aggressive right now in 2020, because you have violence on TV, you have violence on video games, you have violence in sports, you have violence in some homes, you have violence on social media. It's everywhere. And if that's the only places that they're looking, if that's where they primarily have their eyes glued to and not the people around them, or if there are people around. Because now you have to think about it. Both parents work. Both parents may work long shifts. And if there was no one there for him to talk to or her to talk to, she's going to take out her anger in a place where she mostly is, and that's going to be at school or after school or before school or with her teacher or with the principal. And you're going to deal with lines of respect being crossed. You're going to deal with a child that may not have the right discipline because for whatever reason, the parents can't really get a hold on like what's happening because the conversation's not being had. Maybe there's no discipline there. And I think all parents need a guide. All parents need help. And if you want to lessen a child's aggression, maybe you want to get them into sports. Maybe you want to get them into a physical activity. Take your kid with you to the gym. Take your kid with you running. Or if you have a younger sibling that's in a stroller, let them come with you on a walk. Try to de-escalate how they're thinking. Try to talk to them, when you see them like tightening up their fists or their face getting red or, their eyes getting teary. Try to, get them out of the environment that they're in. Try to take them outside. Try to see what is happening before this child explodes. Like, what is said? What happened? Where were they when their mood shifted? A lot of things can determine why a child is angry. It could be their mental health. It could be if they're dealing with some form of autism and no one has actually given this child the medical attention on that. It could be if they're obsessive compulsive over certain things. That is a disorder. It could be that they're dealing with something that has been looked over for years, and now you're seeing it. You're the first person to see it. You're the first person to point it out. I think it's very important to sit with your children, in their environments. Go sit with them in their room. Listen to them on how they play. What do they imagine? How do they talk to other kids? What do they do with their toys? How do they talk about other children? When they write, look at what they write about. When they draw pictures, that's their vision. That's what they're seeing. Look at their pictures. Try to develop some type of story from what you see in their pictures. And understand that all teachers and all caregivers would be better equipped to help your child if they have a heads up on the truth behind the behavior your child has. Like a lot of times, if I peep that, Anya's in a bad mood in the morning, or Anya's dragging, or Anya's not listening, I'll go ahead and class dojo her teacher and give her a heads up. Hey, Anya is taking a long time to get out of bed this morning. Lots of talking while we were getting dressed. If she doesn't listen to this, please text me, call me, let me know. I already told her, please do not do X, Y, and Z. Just let me know. That's open communication. Like, I understand when you're getting up and you're going to work, there's a lot going on, but you have to take the time out to look at your kid, give somebody a heads up, because you don't want a teacher expecting 24 kids in the classroom, your child coming in a bad mood, but you don't know where all that energy is coming from, but you had an idea, but you never gave me a heads up. Like, give that teacher some help. Give that teacher a heads up on what to expect or how to go about dealing with your child for the day. Anger triggers could be kids teasing, the child being told no, not having patience. With Ari, she's my 2-year-old. She hates being told no. She hates having to wait for certain things. She gets really tantrum-y when someone has something she wants. She doesn't like when people treat her like the other kids in the room. She wants like this special treatment, and she'll look at you in a way where it's me. You can't tell me that I can't. You can tell them that they can, but you can't tell me. And this is how I know this. Aria causes a lot of ruckus at her camp, but her teachers never come to me and talk to me about it. And I don't like that, because when Ari comes home to me, she thinks that because she looks a certain way, or they let her get away with things, or her dad may let her get away with things because she's the only baby in the house. There's 2 teenagers in the house, and she's the only baby, that she doesn't have to share her things. She doesn't have to, stop whatever she's doing to do X, Y, and Z. That she feels like I can't tell her no, or I can't limit her, and that's not going to help Aria in the long run. So I have to figure out a way to discipline her in the right way where other people can handle her. You know what I'm saying? Because no, you can't put your hands on everybody's child. But if I don't discipline Aria in the right way when she's in that act or that moment, then she's going to get out of hand as she gets older and bigger. And I just don't feel like it's fair for teachers to have so many children in one classroom. Even though most teachers have teacher assistants, but I think a lot of the work has to come from the parents. A lot of the work has to come from parents taking the proper steps to go ahead and deal with children that may have a anger issue that can be resolved, but they ignore it to the point where it's at a point where we can't. We just cannot give your child the attention they need for what they're going through. Maybe you can look into putting your child in this class. Maybe you could look into putting your child in this school. So unless you want those problems later on, get your child together now. Some children act out or get angry because they feel dismissed. Some children cannot express themselves correctly, so they throw things, they yell things, they kick things, they push people, they pick on people for attention. Some kids cannot properly recognize when they need to walk away. So they may need your hand to help them walk away. And I think parents and teachers need to be able to take a child away from an environment and give them a break. Maybe you want to do something creative with your kid. Maybe them focusing on this one toy or this one puzzle that they can't get right is just not working right now. We could come back to it. There are certain books that you could look into if you need some more help with a child that may be dealing with anger issues. There's a book by Cornelia Spellman, When I Feel Angry. Look into that. There is a anger management workbook for kids by Samantha Snowden. Look into that. There is also another book, When Anger Hurts Your Kids. It's a parental guide by Matthew McKay. So those are some books you can look into. Again, if you're a parent out there dealing with an angry child, please, please, please do everything you can to help that kid, because that's a way that your child is screaming for help. Like, they can't tell you, Mom, you need to parent better, or Mom, you need to do something about why I'm so angry. You have to explore all your resources. You have to read. You have to do your Googles. You have to talk to other parents. You have to look into if there's any past issues with on the father's side of anyone having anger issues, or if there's any past issues with you as a child. Talk to your mom, talk to your dad of you having anger issues. Like, that anger is coming from somewhere. Another big thing is to pay attention to your child's diet. A lot of these foods have chemicals in it that may have your children off balance. Look into it. Pop-Tarts have chemicals in it that children don't need to be consuming. Lots of cereals have chemicals in it that's in car tires. Milk have chemicals in it. A lot of the chips have chemicals in it. The candy has chemicals in it. How much sugar is your child consuming? The meat have chemicals in it. All of that. The juice. So be mindful. The water. There is too much fluoride in the water at schools. One time I went to pick up the girls, and Ari had a cup of water. And I swear to you, you could smell the fluoride in that water. And you just have to be mindful of what you're feeding your kid, what their environment is, who they're around, and what they see and what they hear. Once you go ahead and look at those 5 things, and you might switch up something or change their diet a little bit, you might see things become a little bit easier. You might see that, okay, they're less fatigued, or they're having less episodes this week. If they're not getting enough sleep, if their room is a mess, if the house is a mess, if they don't have enough of their own space in a home, like all of that has to do with what your child is feeling and how your child can think. Are their clothes clean? Are they comfortable? Is their hair clean? Like all of that. You want to be comfortable when you're at work. You want to be comfortable in your car. You want to have clean clothes. So you want to feel good about yourself. Maybe your child doesn't feel good about themselves. So just look into it on why your child is so angry before you're just willing to give them all these drugs that doctors are really ready to shove to your child. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for listening to another episode of Cozy Womb Podcast. There will be another episode on Wednesday. That episode is a really good one. If anyone has any teens and looking into what are some healthy ways to give teens privacy, that's a good episode to listen to. Until then, be good. Enjoy your week. And we're almost through January, which is amazing. But we're making it happen. Thank you for listening to Cozy Womb. Also, don't forget to take a look at the Cozy Womb merch. I just got my Cozy Womb hoodie in the mail, and I ordered it on the 5th. It came on the 10th, and it's very comfortable. It's a cute pink color. I guess because I've been so anti-pink and I ended up with girls. It's a good joke, so I just got pink. But you could get a lot of other colors. There's some t-shirts on there. There's a coffee mug. So just take a look at it. I put the link in the bio. Anyways, I'm gone. Bye. It is okay. You have a question. Cool. Mommy Shan can help you out with that. Welcome to Mommy Shan segment. I got you. What's the question for today? My Mama Shan tip would be, if you see that a child is getting angry, or you see that a child is having a hard time among other children, always go to them, take them away, take them to an area, or give them something else to play with, or give them a healthy food item. Okay, for those of you who don't want your kids to have candy, I'm telling you to give them a quote-unquote healthy food item, and just have them enjoy that away from other kids, and then bring them back in, and to just see if that helps a little bit. My children love food, they love snacks, so sometimes I have to break them up and just give them that and let them go back, and then they calm down. Even as an adult, I live for a snack, and a snack will calm me down in traffic. So just try it with your kids first. Just try it with your kids. Just try it. Bye.
Bye.